Hey guys, welcome to Crush Wednesday. Hope you're all doing fantastic. It's Evelyn here, not Richard. Richard is away on holidays, so I decided I'm going to take the red chair and come and do Crush Wednesday for you all. So if you're on the live, give me a comment and let me know that you're watching. Adrian, hello. Nice to see you on the live. Hi, Varalee. I was just saying that Richard is away this week, so I've decided to take the red chair and do Crush Wednesday for you all. And so if you didn't know who I am, my name's Evelyn. I'm the head of digital brand. Hey, Ash. I'm the head of digital brand here at Com Marketing. And so my role is really usually behind the camera. So I am responsible for everything that you see online about our brand. So I'm responsible for our website, for all of our social media, what you see kind of there. I'm responsible for all of our Facebook ads, all of that kind of thing. And that's really what makes me kind of get up in the morning and really passionate. I was up at 5 a.m. this morning tweaking some of our Facebook ads, that kind of thing. So that's really what I love to do. So I'm excited to talk to you today about Facebook ads. Thank you, Varalee. I've been up for a while. Actually, I was really sick yesterday, so I'm glad to be feeling much better today. And I got a bit of energy, and I'm glad to be out of the house and back in the office. So Facebook ads have really changed a lot in the last year. Okay, so 2018 was a really kind of tumultuous year for Facebook. They had a lot of privacy issues. They had to go in front of Congress. There's a lot of just like stuff going on in the platform, which actually meant that there's a lot of changes that have happened that have caused for advertisers a bit of kind of restructuring and rethinking of how we're running our ads. I suppose it's tough. So when things change, it's really tough, and how we've been running ads and things like that can get really, like things that used to work in the past are not working now. But what it does is it gives us a good opportunity to rethink what we're doing and to then come up with new strategies that are going to work to connect with our customers. So a bit of background about myself. I've been running Facebook ads for about 6 years now, which is not as long as the platform's been around, but it's a fair amount of time. And in that time, I added it up, and I probably dealt with about $200,000 worth of ad spend. So it's quite a lot of ad spend, and I've done a lot of different things in that time. And the platform has always been changing, but 2018 was a really big year. So some of the things that happened, obviously the privacy concerns happened. There was a lot of algorithm changes last year. So Facebook really wanted to make sure that people were connected with people on the platform. So they really prioritized conversations between people. They prioritized groups. And so a lot of our engagement dropped down in terms of the organic posts that you're posting out as a page. And as a result of that, and also just as a result of more people coming onto the platform, it's meant that ad costs have risen quite a lot, and more than I've seen in any other year. Ad costs have really gone up, and we're really needing to work hard to connect with our customers. But what I love most about Facebook is that I don't think that there's ever been a time for a small business, and I know all of you guys are small businesses, your local businesses, that kind of thing, that you actually have the opportunity of a platform like Facebook. You know, if you think back 20 years ago, if you're in the game 20 years ago, not that I was, but you're relying on flyers, you're relying on walking the gym floor. Maybe if you had a good amount of money, you might do some radio ads, that kind of thing. But really with Facebook, what you have the opportunity to do is to reach your audience, your exact audience, the people that you like to work with, and put your ads in front of them. And I think that's a really special opportunity. And I think sometimes, I don't know if we take it for granted, but because we're just in it every day, it's like, oh yeah, of course, I'm going to throw up a Facebook ad here or throw up a Facebook ad there. But, you know, really when we come back to it, it's like, this is an amazing opportunity. And we want to make sure that we are using it to the best of our ability and the best way that we can. And we don't want to just throw all of our money on there and not get any results. So I've got about 4 points for you about really what you're going to have to do in order to get Facebook working for you in 2019. So the first one is brand is key. Okay, I remember the days where I could just chuck up a Facebook ad, you know, a direct response, direct to kind of a sale or a conversion page, and people would click on it and put their details in, and you could then call them and make a sale. It doesn't work like that anymore. I think people are smarter than that. And, you know, I think advertising used to be like a gimmicky. So you'd see it and you'd be like, oh, what's this? And so people click on it. Whereas nowadays people know what ads look like and they're kind of used to it. And actually a lot of people probably have been burned by Facebook ads, you know, by people just, you know, not delivering on services and that kind of thing. So I think there's a little bit of that in the space, but also that people just used to it. And so people just see it and they just keep scrolling past. So our job is really now to get people's attention, but also really come back and build that loyalty and that brand affinity. So if you're trying to run Facebook ads direct to a sale or direct to a lead and you don't, or you haven't been working on your brand, then you are going to lose, okay? It's really gonna be a hard slog uphill to get any kind of traction on those ads, okay? So that includes building your brand organically on Facebook. So that's, you know, using your page to put out posts that are really gonna build up your brand, but also using Facebook ads to build your brand as well, okay? So the 3 things that I really find is gonna increase the like how your ads work is 3 things, right? Building authority. So you need to make sure that on the front end, and when I say front end, I mean like on your Facebook page, on your Instagram, on your website, all of that kind of thing, you need to be building authority. Hey Phil, hey Ashley, I just noticed you guys have joined. I'm just taking over the red chair from Richard this week, and we're talking all about how to make Facebook ads work for you in 2019. So listen up. We've just been talking about how the platform has changed, and that if we want to make it work for us in 2019, we need to build our brand, okay? So I'm really passionate about brand. Obviously, it's part of my job as well, but I've seen it work for so many people, okay? Going from, you know, just like generic kind of posts and that kind of thing to people who really believe that they're the authority, that they actually have results, and that they have engagement and people who love them. That kind of brand, when you put an ad out as a direct kind of lead ad, when you have a brand like that, it is chalk and cheese to somebody who just has kind of a generic brand out on the front end. So the first thing you want to make sure is that you're building authority on the front end. Now you can do this in a few different ways. Firstly, you have to make sure that you are constantly putting out your USPs on the front end. I think it's really hard for us as Aussies because, you know, we have this kind of tall poppy syndrome where we don't really want to kind of build ourselves up, but that's exactly what USPs are going to do for you. So your USP or your unique selling proposition is, you know, are you the first at something? Are you the biggest in your area? Are you the smallest in your area? You know, you have smaller class sizes. You know, that kind of thing, making sure that you're constantly talking about that. Even in your Facebook posts, you know, and it might not be the thing that you're talking about. You might have a different kind of post, but you build that in. So, you know, for us, we're the exclusive digital marketing partner for Fitness Australia. So we kind of try and build that in wherever we can. In one of our other brands, Meet Your Personal Trainer, we've generated over 60,000 leads in over 10 years. So that's another USP for us that we try and weave in. So really make sure that you're coming from a position of authority when you're building your brand on the front end, okay? The other thing is, and we talked about this in our Ninja program the other day, is using numbers. So if you can use numbers like how many sessions you've run, so you might have run over 20,000 sessions. You might have had people lose over 100 kilos of weight or whatever it is. People love those numbers, and they actually, you know, I just saw, I don't know, I think Pam, she's in our Ninja program, she couldn't watch the live, she's gonna come and watch the replay, but she just put up in our Ninja group kind of a badge where, you know, people have lost this many kilos and she's done this many sessions. And when you put it into like this, it's just a colorful little badge that she can use on her website, she could put on her social media, all of that kind of thing. It suddenly takes her from somebody who was just like another personal trainer, who's just running personal training sessions, to now she's an authority. Now she's run this many sessions, now she's done that. So building authority on the front end is really important because people are going to see your ads and then they're going to go check you out. Okay. And so if you look like every other trainer, they're just going to be like, yeah, okay. But if you actually can build your authority on the front end, then people are like, oh my goodness, you know, this person is amazing. I want to go and train with this person. And then your ads can work a bit better. The other thing that builds authority online is teaching and training. So the more that you can demonstrate that you know what you're doing. So if you have a particular style of training that you're running, then talk about that and talk about why it's the number one for losing weight or for gaining muscle, or, you know, for feeling better or whatever it is. You know, I know that Richard's done a training on the Me method, or the My method, sorry. And so, you know, making sure that you actually have a method that you're putting out, and put that out on the front end. Make sure that people know that you're not just another trainer, but that you have a particular way that you work with people, and that way works. Okay, so all of that starts to build your authority on the front end, and we can actually use that in ads as well and boost those kind of posts to make sure that people are seeing those. Okay, so the other thing that we want to do is make sure we're putting posts out that build engagement. Okay, the best kind of posts like that are Facebook Lives. They build immediate engagement because suddenly you've got people watching them, liking them, hitting the love button, commenting, all those kinds of things. And so when you're doing your live, you need to make sure you do things like, hey, if you're watching this live, say hi in the comments. So that builds up your comments, okay? Make sure you say to people, hey, hit that like button, and people can hit the like button, things like that. You know, Facebook Lives are great engagement pieces and also authority pieces because you're usually teaching something as well. And then you want to make sure you're building credibility, okay? And the best way to do this is to show the results that your people are getting, okay? You need to make sure that you've got testimonials, that you've got client case studies, all of that kind of thing. Now, guys, this may all seem so 101 basic, but I see this happening all the time. Generic looking brands on the front end that look like every other personal trainer, that don't have your personality. And then when you go to run ads, you're wondering, why don't people like me? Well, the reason they don't like you is because they don't understand what's your unique difference. You know, why are you different? Why should I listen to you? These are the questions that people are asking constantly on Facebook when they're clicking on videos, when they're clicking on ads, all of that kind of thing, okay? So if you don't have your brand kind of, you know, solid on the front end, if you're not using your brand in ads, then you're gonna find that when you go to run those lead generation type ads, that it's gonna be really, really hard. Okay, so that's the first thing, brand. It's going to be number one in 2019. You're gonna have to make sure that you've got all of those key elements: authority, engagement, and credibility, okay? So if that makes sense, put a thumbs up in the comment, and then I'm gonna move on to the next point, which is video. You know, I used to hate being on video, and it just used to freak me out. I never used to know what to say. I didn't like the sound of my voice, all of that kind of thing. And I realized that everybody feels like that, and not everybody is a natural on camera. But do you know what? It makes a huge, huge difference when you put your face on a camera. Okay, so last year I decided that I was gonna start vlogging. And so I bought myself a camera, and I just, I wanted to kind of track my journey of my word of the year. And so I did that, and I did over 60 vlogs last year. And so it got me used to being on camera. And I do a lot of training here at Com. I've done a lot of training like from stage, that kind of thing. But when it came to getting on camera, I just got all like, oh. But let me tell you, there's just such a powerful connection that you can make with people when you get on video. And it's just, people see your face. And they connect with you. A lot of people, when they come in to our workshops, they'll say to me, I know Richard, or I feel like I know Richard because I've seen him on videos. And so it's really, really important. I actually saw one of our ninjas in the car park, coming up the stairs, and she said, "Oh, are you Evelyn?" And I was like, who is this person? But she was a new ninja, and because she had seen me on video, she felt like she already knew me enough to speak to me in a car park and say, I feel like I've met you already. So it's stuff like that really can start to build a connection before you've even got a lead from a person, before they've even given you their phone number, or you're on the phone to them, or they've come into your studio or your training, or stuff like that. So video is really, really important. It builds trust, it builds loyalty, it builds credibility, all of that kind of thing. Now, Adrian said, would love to learn how to convert video to blogs, also captioning our videos. Absolutely, yes. Now, if you're going to put videos, now you don't have to do live videos if that's not comfortable for you at first, okay? You can do pre-recorded videos and upload them to Facebook. That's totally fine, and we do it all the time. So, our little secret for either turning our video into blogs, so transcribing videos and also putting captions on videos, is called rev.com. Now what you can do is, once you've got that video, if it's on YouTube or it's on Facebook or something, you take the link of the video and you put it into Rev, and they will transcribe it or they will caption it. It costs $1 per minute. Okay, and I can tell you right now, 80% of people are watching your Facebook videos on silent. So, like when I first discovered this, we weren't captioning any of our videos, and all Richard was doing was just like this all the time. People were watching that. And so once we put captions on the video, it means that even if people are watching it on silent, then they still know what's going on. And so you get people watching your videos for longer. That's really important. Like, I'm one of those people, I just never watch videos with sound on. I don't know why. Maybe it's 2 a.m. and I'm in bed. It could be I'm on the bus. Like, I don't want to everyone to hear what I'm listening to, that kind of thing. I might even be in the office and I'm just like, I just want to see if this is if I actually really want to watch this. So I'll just read the captions for a while. So it's, making sure that you've got captions on your videos. So one of the things that I do is that for all of our videos, so we kind of have this concept of a pillar video here, okay? So that's something like a quick wins, if you've ever seen one of our quick wins with Com. So Richard will film the video, Ali will get in there and he'll edit it, and then the video comes to me. And so what I'll do is I'll put it through Rev, okay? And so I'll get the captions from it, and I'll also get the transcription. And so with the transcription, I'll whack that up on our blog with the video, plus I'll also write a bit of a blog about it. But having the transcript there means that I can just quickly read through the points rather than having to listen to the video over and over again. So that's how I do it, Adrian. And I just suggest every video that you're doing, you put it on Facebook, you put it on your website, all of that. So it's all kind of like wherever people are at, they can find find your stuff. So that kind of thing. So make sure that, yes, you're putting your videos on YouTube, on Facebook, on your website, distributing it everywhere, because, some people, they like to watch videos on YouTube, okay? They're just YouTube people. Some people like to watch videos on Facebook. Some people like to, listen to podcasts, whatever. So you need to make sure that you're distributing it to wherever you can. But if I can just encourage you to do one thing in 2019, it's to get on video, okay? Even if that's at the beginning of a session, and you're like, hey, it's Evelyn here from Com PT Services. We're just here live in our training sessions. Everyone's having a fantastic time. I'm going to show you what's going on. and then turn the camera around and go and, you know, talk to other people, you know, do whatever. But, you know, really, I just want to encourage you, 100% get on video, you know, and get yourself across that way, because people train with you because of you, okay? You've got something special to bring to them. And so if you can get that across before they even step into your training session, then you're already winning, all right? And video is an excellent way that you can also use in your ads, okay? So we're talking organic, building up that organic, because do you know what? It's 100% important what you're doing on your organically through your Facebook page when it comes to ads as well, okay? So that's number 2. The first one was brand is key. Make sure that you've got your brand working, that you're building authority, credibility, engagement. Number 2, get on video and get some videos out there. Number 3 is actually all about audiences, okay? So if you're only, when you're doing Facebook ads, only using interest audiences, you're leaving about 75% of your audiences on the table, okay? You're not using them. So you need to be, yes, interest audiences are still great because you get to plug in everything that you think is, you know, one of your, who's one of your clients, okay? So you might say people who are interested in fitness, people who like health and wellness, that kind of thing. So you put all of your interests in. That's one type of audience that you can use. But another type of audience that you can use is called a remarketing audience. Now, I talked a bit about this on Friday with our ninjas, but have you ever had that experience, and put your hand, like put a little hand up emoji in the comments if you have, is that you have been browsing around on the internet, searching for something. Maybe you need to buy a new bed. Okay, this has actually happened to me. And so you're searching around, and then suddenly in your newsfeed, all of these different companies, bed companies keep coming up, or whatever you were searching for. If that's happened to you, put a little hand up emoji in the comments, because that's what we call remarketing, okay? It doesn't mean that that person is just everywhere on the internet. It just means that when you went to their website, you got pixeled, okay? So you kind of got put into a little bucket with all the other people who've been to their website, and so now they are showing you ads on the front end, okay, on Facebook. And so now what that does is, because you've already gone to their website, you've already had a check around, you're obviously in the market for whatever they're selling, a remarketing audience really works well, because then it's like kind of a no-brainer. It's like, oh, you know what? I saw those guys the other day. I didn't have time to sign up or to buy that thing. I'm going to do that now. Okay, and so it really starts to reduce your costs down a lot. So that's the first kind of remarketing audience. The second kind of remarketing audience is a video remarketing audience. So I've been hammering on about videos the last 25 minutes. And the reason is not just because it builds kind of all of this authority and credibility and loyalty and trust and all of that, but because every video that you put up on Facebook, you can take all of those people who watched it and you can show ads to those people. So while you're on the front end, building authority and building engagement and all of those good things, then you can take those people who get your authority, who are ready to work with you, who love you, who trust you, all of that, you can show ads to those people. And so then that is going to mean that your ad costs are going to go down a heap, because people have seen you already. They're not just like, who is this strange person in my newsfeed telling me I don't have any energy at the end of the day and I need to come and do their training? So it's all of that kind of thing that really starts to bring your ad costs down. So that's the first kind of audience. If you're not already using it, remarketing audiences on your website or on Facebook, okay? Now, that's gonna require that if you're doing website remarketing, that you have the pixel on your website. So make sure you just go to Facebook. There's a little, in Business Manager, it says pixel. Go and put that on your website, okay? And if you need help with that, just put a comment in and we can help you out with that 100%, okay? So That's remarketing. The second one is custom, okay? Custom audience. So we have interest, we have remarketing, this is custom audience. So what you can do, if you have the names and email addresses and the phone numbers of your clients, people who are paying you money, people who love you already, you can upload that into Facebook and you can then show ads to those people. Now, this is great for if you've got kind of leads who maybe had signed up in the past but haven't kind of gone in, or you've got old clients or anything like that. So if you want to re-engage people, then a custom audience is for you. But the best thing a custom audience is actually for is the fourth kind of audience, which we call a lookalike audience, okay? So what you can do is you can take all those people who love you already, who are paying you some money, and you can say to Facebook, go out and find all of these people, okay? So it goes out, it finds all of those people, and then you say, now go and find people who look like these people. So because Facebook has all of the data on all of the people, it actually then just kind of analyzes all those people you've got in your custom audience, and it creates a brand new audience of people who've never heard of you, but who look exactly like your customer, and they create quite a big audience. And so you can take those people and you can market your services to them. So a really great thing to then do is to start showing those people videos, because then they start to get to know you and like you, they'll like your page, that kind of thing. And then as they start to be warmed up, we can show them then lead ads. And so that's a fantastic way to really find new people on Facebook that look like your people, okay? And Facebook is great at it. I always find that lookalike audiences work amazingly, and even better this year, just because Facebook is always better at finding my audience than I am. It just has so many more data points than I do, okay? So those are the four kind of audiences. If you're not using all four, and you'll use some of these in combination and that kind of thing, but if you're only using interest audiences, make sure that you get onto the other three. Okay, so we're coming to the end, and I've got one more point and a bonus for you, okay? So make sure you stay for the bonus, because it's all about how to get through the ad disapproval system, okay? But before we get there, my last point is really about social proof, okay? It's more important than ever, okay, that your ads, when you put an ad up on Facebook, that they are getting reactions, so likes, loves, wows, all of that, comments and shares. If they are getting nothing, then those ads are not going to go very far. They might get a few leads at first, and then they go downhill very fast. I've seen this so many times, but the ads that continue to get reactions from people, continue to get comments, get shared, all of that kind of thing, they just go off, okay? So it's really important, if you're gonna put an ad up on Facebook, get your community involved in your ad account, okay? You're not making them a part of it, but you can actually get the link from your Facebook ad. So you go into Ads Manager and you can view the, how do you do this? You can view the ad in your Facebook newsfeed. You grab that link, send it out to all of your clients and say, hey guys, I've got a new ad running. I'd love it if you could comment on it, wow it, all of that kind of thing. And that starts to get Facebook knowing that this ad kind of has a bit of momentum. And a great way to do this is for you to say, hey, if you've got someone who you think would be good for this offer, so say you've got a 14-day free trial, or you've got some kind of consult that people come into, just say to them, hey guys, I'd really love it if you could wow this post, and then tag somebody in that you think would really love this. And so what that does, it tells Facebook that people are really loving this post, okay? And this is not some kind of hack, because what we're doing is we're actually asking your clients, the people who love you already, to just tag people in. And so it just gets a bit of momentum on the ads to start with. And then the more momentum that you can get on those ads, the better that those ads will continue to perform, and they'll perform for a longer time. So what I find is that the ads that don't have that social proof for Facebook, they go like this, really good, and then back down really fast. Whereas the ones that continue to have that social proof, they go up, 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 and they just keep going up for a long period of time. Hey Frank, good to have you online. We're just talking all about what's working in Facebook ads. I'm about to wrap it up, but you're just in time for the bonus point. Okay, so those are my 4 points. Okay, so if you want Facebook to work for you in 2019, brand is key. Make sure you're building authority, engagement, and credibility. Video is key in 2019. Put your face on camera and start to build your authority as a personal trainer in your area. Audiences is key, making sure that you're using all of the 4 audiences, not just interest audiences, and making sure that you have social proof on all of your ads, making sure people are wowing them, loving them. And if you can tell people, this is a little hack, okay? Tell people to wow or to love, because a like is not really as good as a wow or a love heart now, because you actually have to take a step further when you're wowing or love hearting. I hope that makes some sense for you. But anyway, this is my bonus. I've got like maybe 5 more minutes. So if you want to know how to get through the ad disapproval system on Facebook, give me a little high five in the comments, okay? Because I know this is a big one for most people in our industry, and it is, it can be really disheartening. You work a lot of time, you work on your ad copy and all of that kind of thing, and then suddenly it's like, they tell you, no, that ad is disapproved. No, you can't run that. No, you can't run that. And so there's a lot of different kind of policies, I suppose, when it comes to Facebook ads. Yep, Ash, I know you've had some troubles there. two hands up for you. But there's a lot of different policies in areas. So things like you can't shame people, okay? So you can't make people feel like they're fat, or you can't talk about a certain part of a person's body. You can't have before and after photos. So there's a lot of different things. So just to be clear, you know what? This is going to be just a part of your time on ads, okay? You're just going to have to get used to ads getting disapproved, and you either have to go back through the ad. So my keys here is know the policies and know what you can do and what you can't. What I'll do after I hop off the live is I'll put a link to the Facebook policies, just so you can know, okay, in my area I can't use this word, I can't use that word. Look, sometimes it can be totally ambiguous and you have no idea what's happening or why they're disapproving your ads. But if you have read through the policies and you're confident that your ad does not violate any of them, the first time that they disapprove your ad and you press that little, reassess this ad button, it's going to be a bot, okay? And most of the times it's going to come back with your ad is still disapproved, okay? So if you just take that at face value and think, okay, that's it, then you need to not do that, okay? So what I found is that first time it comes back, it's always some kind of bot on Facebook and they haven't even looked at the ad, okay? But if you then go back, you can go into either, you can chat live on Facebook with somebody. I always find that's a really good way. So if you need to go to their support page, and then right down the bottom, there's a live chat button. And so you can get onto Facebook Messenger and you can speak to somebody. So that's what I do. The first time I always just press the review button. The second time I get onto chat, and I say, I don't think, my ad's been disapproved. I don't think that it violates any policies. If it does, please tell me exactly where in the ad that it does this, okay? So you want to make sure that you're asking them to tell you exactly what it is, because otherwise you have no idea. So usually after the second time around they come back, it's usually a no, okay? So then I go back, I do it a third time, a third round of, and I have to be really know that there's absolutely no way that my ad is violating any policies. And so the third time, actually get a person who's reviewed it and looked at it and decided, no, you're right, this doesn't violate any of the policies. So usually I do 3 rounds of disapprovals. So if you are not doing at least three rounds of disapprovals, there's probably a lot of ads that don't violate the policy that are just kind of like sitting there in limbo, okay? So make sure that you, I'm a fighter, so I just go and I just am constantly on chat with people. So verily, yes, I have a direct link to the chat page. I will put that in after I finish this live. Yeah, just feel free to get on there whenever you need help. It's really great to talk to an actual, even if it's over Messenger, it's really great to actually talk to a person rather than going back and forward with messages and emails and things. And then that way, that means that that person on chat will follow that whole kind of case through the whole way, okay? So having a direct person that you can just email straight back is really, really good. So the other thing that I'm seeing with ad disapprovals is ads that have been running for ages and then suddenly they're disapproved. I do the same thing with those. I get back into chat and I say, hey, I need to, this ad has been running for a long time. It doesn't violate any policies. There's no new policy, that kind of thing. And so I'm seeing those ads just reapproved straight away. Okay, so if that's happened to you, just in the past, I've only seen that maybe in the past 2 months, December and January. So if that's happening, make sure you get straight onto chat and you just say, look, this has been running for a really long time. There's no reason why it should be, yeah. So don't fight the policies, but if your ads don't violate them, then fight the disapproval of that. I hope that makes some sense, guys. Okay, so that's it for my live today. I hope you enjoyed having myself on for Crush Wednesday, because I really want to see all of you guys crush your Facebook ads in 2019 and not kind of be swallowed up by the machine and just wondering, is this going to work or is that going to work, okay? So remember that brand is key on the front end. Build authority, build engagement, build credibility, okay? Video is key. Get your face on camera and start to build up your profile. Use all the 4 audiences and then make sure that you're getting social proof on all of your ads. It's super important. So that's it, guys. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you do have any other questions, I'm always around and I actually love to dive into ad accounts and I love to review copy and I love to see what you guys are doing. So if there's any time where you're just thinking, do you know what, I'm really stuck with this. I don't really know where to go. I don't really know what audiences I should choose, that kind of thing. Tag me in a post in here in the group and I will be onto it because I want to see you guys really succeed in that. So that's it. Richard will be back next week with Crush Wednesday. We've got a fantastic interview for you next week with one of our ninjas who's really crushing it, and I think you're going to get a lot out of that. So look, the only thing that I want to say is if you found this really useful and you think there's somebody else who might find it useful, make sure you tag them in. Because we don't want to keep this stuff a secret. We want to make sure that all of our friends, all of our colleagues are winning, okay? So anyway, that's it for me, guys. I gotta go, but I hope you have a fantastic day and make sure you go and you just continue to crush your week. See ya!